Are you f***ing insane?
If you're hearing our voices, it means it's time for It's This Meets That, the podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer to end credits, scene by scene, so you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
Not about us. Let's go. Let's
That's
do
right.
this. Let's do this. So we're back. We're back with part 2 of our scene by scene breakdown of the 2018 reboot, rehash, remake of Day of the Dead from 1985.
16, 17, 18, depends on how you look at it. Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah. Then there's a 2008 remake of the remake of the remake. Yeah. So
The movie so twice, we did it thrice.
yes. So where we left, part 1, we left off. Max, our rapist zombie, he is in a vent inside the bunker, crawling
Super
around
funny.
yeah, it's a comedy. It's turned into a full-on comedy now. So he's just squirreling around inside vents. He's got a little memento of Zoe, little headband. He's sniffing to find her scent like a dog, and he's just hunting around looking for her.
Yep. I thought you were doing like a mustache thing, because if you got like a zombie mustache all of a sudden, like to be a disguise, I feel like that would be wicked funny.
That would be really funny. He's like, I'm just not me. Where's the zombie? I don't know.
Just a regular guy.
Just a regular guy working on cars over our brains. So dumb. All right, so then we cut to Lily's room. So we got Max in the vents. Zoe's in there giving Lily some meds. The daughter,
The whole
of
point
little girl. The whole
of the
point
mission.
the whole side mission, main mission, I guess. Mom's like, hey, thanks so much. And then we cut to the vents, and meanwhile, we got Max up there doing some vent sneaking around still.
Yeah.
We do a lot of intercutting of him just like, rah, rah.
Yes. Like every other scene at this point is going to be like Max just like crawling around in vents.
We're doing this. Rah, rah.
Probably like reused footage.
Yeah, where's my Zoe? And then we go to Zoe's room, and she's like scrolling through not scrolling. She's actually has physical photos, so she's flipping through, like she's like on her phone, like scrolling through photos. She has actual physical photos of her and her family and her mom and whatnot. And she's flipping through and whatever. A part of me at this point, because it was taking so long for her to go through them and she was having this moment, I was like, are we have some big, crazy, weird reveal where like Max is maybe like stepdad
Dad,
or
like you
something?
thought?
Like stepdad? I was like, maybe this will be it. And this will be the whole thing.
No, this scene never pays off. It's really stupid. Cut it. This is one of the scenes you cut.
Yeah, she's having some memories. But then we go back to the vent. We got Max sneaking around. He's still smelling the headband, looking for her scent.
Yep. Then we cut to Miguel, right?
Yeah, I think like the office, Miguel's office here. We got the radio guy just sitting there kind of doing stuff. And he like clearly he hates his job. He's like, is anyone out there? I know we're dead. I feel like he's just like, we're screwed. What does it matter? You know? And Zoe pops in and she's like, hey, Miguel, you want to see me? And Miguel's like, hey, radio guy, get out of here. And they cut to the radio guy. And he's like, thank God. He's like so relieved.
And then he goes on this big rant. Like Miguel's like, you and I have a misunderstanding. And I was like, oh, maybe they're going to make the character somewhat reasonable. And then like, he goes on like a tirade against her. I'm like, you're like, oh, never mind. Not reasonable at all.
Yeah. And he's like, don't talk to me like that in front of others. Yeah. And, he's like, but he's
lieutenant.
Like, yeah, but he also doesn't man up. And if he's in charge, like if someone dies on your watch, it's on your watch, buddy.
You would think.
And then, that's all. He's like, whatever, you're dismissed.
Yep.
Okay.
Then we get a little more zombie Max in the vent, right?
Max in the vent, yep.
Which, fun fact.
All right, part 2 facts.
It's part 2 random facts with Jared. We're going real life zombie facts today. I've decided.
I like that.
So, you know where the term zombie comes from originally?
I thought it was a song.
That's right. The Cranberries.
That's right.
Yep. George Romero did not call them zombies.
They retconned all that after the song came out.
That's right. No, it's from Haitian culture, actually. Yeah. So in Haiti, zombie spelled without the E. So it's probably pronounced like zombie or something. I don't know. Refers to a person who's been brought back to life by a bokor or witch. And according to Haitian folklore, bokors use a combination of magic and poison to create zombies. And one of the main ingredients in that process is called tetrodotoxin,
Obviously.
tetrodotoxin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Which is a neurotoxin that you can find in pufferfish, which does make you in kind of like a paralyzed, death-like zombie state. Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. So they call them zombies down there, not zombies.
I think so, yeah.
And then it'd be zombi.
Zomboni.
Zamboni. It's what cleans the ice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. That's a great fun fact with Jared.
Thanks.
Random fact, Jared.
Yeah, I've got a lot of good science ones today.
I can't wait. So so we got Max in the vents, still making some progress, and he spots Zoe walking in the hallway, and he's like, "Oh, that's my girl." And
yeah.
But Baca here, the brother, he catches up with Zoe, and he's like, "Hey."
This is when I realized that he's Miguel's brother.
He's like, "Hey,
it was not clear to me before."
No, it's not very clear at all. He's like, "Hey, it's not on you that Frank knew the risks," and she's like, and they kiss, and she's like, "Thanks for that," and we cut back to Max, and he's pissed because like, that's my girl, buddy. That's my girl, buddy. And then we cut to a dude in the room, maintenance guy, I guess, old maintenance guy.
Fucking rats.
Because he hears some noise in the vents.
Yeah.
And then hilariously, he climbs into the vents.
It makes no sense. Like if you think there are rats in the vent, like why would you go climb in the vents?
Yeah. To do what? I think he grabbed a hammer. Did he have a hammer with him? He's like, I'm gonna go.
I think so, yeah.
What?
Just gonna go hammer some rats real quick.
Like what kind of crazy? What are you doing?
It's very like Charlie Day, Always Sunny, kind of like.
Because there's rats up in the vents. I gotta go get them.
Gotta bash him.
Because I like the I'm bashing rats. Dude, why are you doing that? It's my best Charlie Day.
Part of the Charlie work.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Charlie work. That would have been great. This rolled into an It's Always Sunny episode.
That would be funny.
Oh, that would be funny. Okay, so they climb in. So he climbs in the vents. Yeah, why? And then he's like sneaking around. He's like, "Oh, where are these damn rats? Robble, robble, robble." And then we cut to Max, and he does like a speed crawl through the vents and gets them.
Yeah.
So we're in the cafeteria, and we got Baca and Alphonse talking about baseball here, and just remembering the past. My Yankees, man, they would have won it if the world didn't collapse. And then Baca's like, "But my Texas Rangers," and I'm like, no.
They don't win anything.
No, the Yankees pay the most. They're going to win.
Right. They have infinite money. Baseball is still an infinite money sport.
Yes. Don't be stupid.
Yeah. Like basketball.
Don't be so thick. And I was like, great. You bring up two teams that no one likes. So then we get Miguel being a dick. He's like, yo, why is this food line so long? What's going on here? And the cook is like, dude, I'm by myself. Like, I don't know. Like,
he's like, cook faster.
Yeah, move it faster. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And then Miguel tells Lily's mom there to like go get the maintenance guy or something. He's like, go get him to help out or something.
Something like that.
Just basically go die. That's basically what he was doing.
Yeah, basically.
So we were back in the maintenance room, and this is all from the trailer. So we got her. She's coming in. She's like, Bob or whatever his name was. Like, where are you?
Yeah.
And she's sees blood coming down from the vent. And she's like, what is this? And she pops it open, and there's Bob, and he's like, rah, and he's dead. And then she runs, and then we get Max chasing her, and we get cut into the hallway. And then this is a scene from the trailer where we got Max just like throwing her into walls and
tossing her around
like a rag doll. And this is about the halfway point of the movie.
So meanwhile, Zoe's with Lily and just like doing a quick exam, like, yep, still pretty sick. All right, see you later.
Smell you. She's like, I don't go to sleep till mom comes in. She's like, yeah, she'll be coming after main stuff when her shift is over.
Yep.
No, she won't.
No, she won't. And meanwhile, Max is in the vents, like listening and watching as always.
Real creeper up there.
So frustrating. Yeah. But then the vent makes a sound, and all of a sudden, Max is right there next to her.
Ta-da! Hey, babe, what's up? And then it chases on, and she hits the alarm, and everyone's like, whoa, Miguel's like, alarm and medical wing. So just so happens back and the team are kind of right there, and they go running. Everybody cuts under his hand in the hallway, like, oh, no, the alarm. Let's go, Zoe.
Yeah.
And then Max, like, he gets her cornered at the end of a hallway that's got no...
It's got, like, a locked gate like, for some reason at the end of it.
What are you doing? Why would you go down the hallway?
Well, yeah.
This is the end of the road. Yeah. And he comes up to her, and he's like...
doing anything useful, yeah, he's like being shifty eyed and like
Yeah.
rolls up his sleeve.
He's like, check out
Look,
check out the sweet tat, babe.
Joey.
So stupid. And she's like,
And she's
whoa.
How are you still alive?
Because I love you. And he attacks, but then the team shows up and they kind of save the day. And she's like, no, we got to keep him alive. Like he can help us. So Becca grabs thankfully a little net.
Yeah, like a gator wrangler, like a noose thing that you can
just like throws it over him. It's like, what is going on? Why is this?
Yeah, he's the breakthrough we're looking for. Don't kill him.
Yeah, I just don't get why. Like, oh, because they took a bunch of shots at him. That's right. They shot him in like lower back. Yeah. That's why he couldn't move. Okay, that works. So then we're in the lab / now cage room because he's all caged up in there. Like,
yeah, well, he should be caged up, but he's chained to a wall.
Right.
Way less secure.
So Miguel shows up.
He's on the right side of history here.
100%. Like,
you guys are all crazy.
Yeah, let's not. What are we doing? Why are we keeping this thing here? Like,
this shouldn't be in the house.
We got the old wild dog and right inside we got the wolf inside the hen house here. What are you doing?
The dingo's about to eat my baby.
And then Zoe explains her case and she's like, hey, this is why we keep him alive. And Miguel's like, all right, prove it. You got 48 hours or something like that. And oh no, he's like, prove it. He's like, prove it. And she's like, okay. And
prove you didn't get bitten.
Right.
Or whatever. Like,
or that he won't bite you.
Yeah.
And she puts her arm out in front of Max and he doesn't
Which, like, why wouldn't he just bite her?
Because he loves her.
Does he?
No.
Or does he just want to rape her?
I think that's all it is. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Then Frank's wife shows up and she's like, no, let her do her research. If she can find a cure, then, vaccine, it could have saved Frank. So now you're on Frank's Zoe's side. Before you were like, his blood is on your hands. You're gonna burn in hell, bitch. Yeah, and it's like,
no, let her cook.
Let her do her thing. She's just making meth. So we cut to Zoe's room. She's like doing some like Zoe exposition, right?
Yeah, it's been 12 hours. You're like, it's not wasting time.
Yeah, Bunker is divided up about what to do with Max, and then intercut with
her yogging around.
Yeah, and then like she's doing some thinking, and intercut with her like going for a run and like her shorts and her very tight top there, and like why is she purposely running along the fence? By the way. It's like why I was like, why is she running along the fence like that? And it's hilarious because like it's her and then like all these
grabbed.
all these like male zombies are like she's like an inch away from the zombie and like all these dude zombies are like, like really this is what you really like run somewhere else like why would you draw them to the fence like that?
Yeah, incredible.
They're ridiculous, so over the top. And then she's like, wait a second, I gotta check his vitals.
Some parts of him are dead, but some parts of him are alive. That's so stupid. Like, what? Like, so she like tries to get more blood samples, and she like yells at him for some reason. Like, you wanted me, right? Here I am.
Yeah.
They spend half the movie just like taunting him when he's chained up, which like no wonder he's gonna go crazy later.
Like she's kind of doing this weird like teasing thing now all of a sudden because she's like, I need another blood sample, right? And the other lady's like, well, one wrong move and I'm popping him, and she's like teasing him, like putting herself out there to like get a sample from him.
Lets him lick her face for some reason again.
So like, why? What is?
I don't know.
Creepy gooey shit, and it's weird. She's like kind of like showing she's enjoying. I don't know. It's
gross. I hate it.
Yeah, there's another way to do this, right?
Yeah.
So then a couple hours I guess pass, and M'Baka shows up, and he's
maybe this was their attempt at like merging it with the original movie where they're like, oh, like, see, she's kind of a mad scientist that's in love with the creation of it, but he's a rapist.
He's a rapist, no.
Yeah, it's not the same.
Maybe it's a show like no, it's not the same. Like this isn't experimental stuff. Like
Yeah, in the original one, you remember the smart zombie who was named like Bub?
Yeah, Bub. Yeah.
And there it was like you just go around being like, ooh, like like a funny Tim Allen.
Yeah. Oh my god. So Bakker shows up. He's a little touchy on Zoe. They're like, hey babe, what's going on? And Max is like, dude, don't be touching her right in front of me like this. This is some voyeuristic thing, Yep.
And
then
she talk about the science a little bit. They're like, his hormone levels are off the charts. Like, what? What does that mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and then
She's like,
I need
I
more
think I can get a
samples.
vaccine from this probably, but I need more live samples from outside.
And Baca does his best acting that he possibly can. More samples? You know how much I've already risked about this? But he's like, whatever, babe, I'll do it for you.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
okay.
They're like, well, why don't we just use the perimeter gate? Like, we'll lure a bunch of zombies there, and we'll just let them in slowly.
Yeah, like cattle, one at a time.
That seems like a terrible idea.
Originally, I thought they were gonna funnel them in like cattle, like you know what I mean. Have like one fence, and you have like the long line. You open up
like a little containment area inside the other fence.
Right. That's what
That's what they should have done.
Should have done. Right.
Yeah. Set up another smaller area inside the area, and then let them into that. Right.
Right. And then you can get your samples.
But we're the only ones who think here. So.
Yeah, I mean, we'd survive the zombie apocalypse
for sure. Well, unless we had to go with a bunch of dummies like all these people.
That's true too. Oh man, how much would that suck? We get assigned to like the dummy camp. Like,
right?
My God.
It's like it's like a Fallout vault where they're like, oh yeah, this is the one we put all the idiots.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, we got picked last. So we're in the bunker at night here, and the crew's rolling out, and more radio exposition with updates from Baca. He's like, basically, what's about to happen? Like, this is the plan, one at a time. Yeah. And Zoe doesn't go in until it's secured, and then they let the first one in, and I was like, so this is how they're just popping the fence open, and Lucy and Alphonse are like supposed to close it and then let one in. I'm like,
why would close it real quick?
Yeah, why wouldn't that zombie just like turn around and eat them while they're holding a fence closed? Like,
yes.
Like, what? And the first one comes and he's all crazy legs, like dancing. He's like, wow, what's going on in here, guys? So then they get him, they pin him down, and Zoe grabs what she needs. They smoke the zombie, and they're like, I need one more. And then they get a sample the next one, and Alphonse is like, I can't hold the fence any longer. Like, just lock it. Like, lock it. We got the last one. Like, why are you locking the fence after this? Like,
it's buckling the fence. It's not working.
Like, why is he holding it? Just after just drop the little handle down.
Yeah. But then the fence collapses and the zombies get in, as everyone could have predicted.
Yes, and absolute chaos.
Separately, Miguel shows up and like sees Max like looking for Zoe. And he's like, and he taunts Max too. Like everyone's taunting Max.
Yeah, like
he's like, while he's chained up on the wall. Like, no wonder he goes crazy and kills everyone later.
I know.
And he's like, I'm not scared of you. You're chained up. And then he looks at the arm, sees the Zoe thing, and for some reason, a logical reason, I guess, is like, oh, it's her boyfriend. No wonder, that conniving bitch.
Max's ears, he's like, that's right. I'm her boyfriend. That's what I want. Oh my God.
It's so stupid.
Then Miguel gets a call that shit's going down. He's like, okay. Yep. So we cut back to the bunker outside, and zombies are running. Humans are retreating. Miguel with his great acting, he's like, how the rotters get inside the fence. Actually, that was better than how he delivered it.
Yeah.
And it's just a shot from the trailer where then they kind of secure themselves and they get inside the bunker, and there's a lineup, right? Because like not Lucy, but one of them had gotten bit in the arm. So Elise. So we got the crew. We got Elise. We got Zoe. We got
from the trailer.
The rest of the crew. He's like pulling his gun out. He's about to shoot her. And everyone's like, whoa. What are you doing, buddy? She's okay.
Are you fucking insane?
Yeah. And Zoe's like, I couldn't get the thing, whatever. And he's like, do you have the vaccine right now? And she's like,
Yeah. And then blows her away. And Zoe's like, just because you have the gun doesn't mean you get to decide who lives or dies. And you're like, actually. That's exactly what it means.
that's actually how that works. Like,
yeah. In case you forgot, it's a zombie apocalypse. There are no laws anymore.
Yeah, that's how it works. And then he kind of
controls the spice, controls the universe.
That's right. That's right. So then he kablows Elise there, blood all over Zoe's face, and then he's like, he's kind of crazy, but not totally wrong, but he still softens him. He's like, I'll give you 24 hours for a vaccine.
12 hours.
Oh, 12 hours. Okay, yeah, that's better.
Yeah, you got 12 hours.
Oh my God. So then we cut to the office, and we got Baca and Miguel going at it, and this is all seen from the trailer with terrible acting. Like, it's so bad. Baca's like, you're cracking, man. And then there's like, he's like, we're brothers. Why would you go behind my back? Blah, blah, blah. Right. And Miguel's like, dude, wake up and smell the roses, man. She is just stringing you along.
She's fooling you. Like, that guy has her name engraved on his arm. Wake up.
Big
man.
fan. Big fan. He's a big fan. Oh my God.
I'm like kind of Team Miguel at this point, actually.
I was I think for most of it, honestly.
Yeah, at least a few minutes for sure.
So we go to the bathroom and Zoe's wiping blood off her face. Baka shows up and he's like, you got to tell me, can you do this vaccine? And she's like, then he starts to blame her for like the deaths of everyone. I was like, dude, all right, settle down.
Well, he says it's our fault, I think. He's taking a little bit of credit for it, but
I guess. And then he's like, he's like, I want to know what that thing is to you.
yeah. Why does he have Zoe carved on his arm?
Yeah, can you start with that? Let's start with that. And then she goes on about that. He's like, yeah, he was a fucking psycho who tried to rape me. And we get like the flashback like voices in the background. Like,
yes.
It's kind of like that scene. It's kind of like that scene in Star Wars where you can hear like Luke, like, or you know what I mean, like
yeah. Except for that makes sense in that universe.
That makes sense.
There's like that's like you're like, is it stupid like that, or is it like a Force ghost thing of like them actually reminding him of like, Luke, don't forget.
Yeah, don't forget.
That makes way more sense in that movie.
No, this is just a flashback. You don't even need that. Just cut that out and just have her say like, yeah, he's a fucking psychopath who tried to kill me or rape me. Yeah. And then she didn't want to talk about it.
There. Are you happy now?
Yeah.
And he's like, what?
She's like, I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to relive the worst day of my life, which
fair enough.
Fair enough. That's completely fair.
Yeah.
Then we're back in the research room and Zoe's in there and she like has a moment. I don't know what actually happens
Max,
there, right?
Yeah. That's kind of it. They just like look at each other.
Yeah. Then we cut like randomly to the cafeteria and the gang is just hanging out having drinks for like their fallen friends.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. What? And then they're like at the end they're just like, to Elise, I'll miss her dearly. You're like, she just got blown away by Miguel like 10 minutes ago.
You all should be talking about that. Like,
yes. And then, but instead they're all just like, well, yep, to our friends that are still here.
What is this?
I don't know.
So we go back into the research lab, right? And Alphonse and Lady Lucy show up, right, with some drinks. And they're like, hey, we think you could use this, Doc. And then, like, again, the taunting of Max. Like, Lucy gets all up in her face and is like, why are you doing this? Like,
you're ugly. She's literally just like, you're ugly.
Like, why are you doing this? These are all terrible decisions. These are all stupid people doing terrible, stupid decisions.
Yep. And so, of course, Max attacks her immediately and bashes her head into the wall. And then, like, Alphonse comes and saves her. But in the confusion, Max like steals the key from his pocket.
Very Ocean's 11 like pickpocket from like he's like Matt Damon over here, like
yes,
pickpockets the keys. Which why would Alphonse have the keys to his chains? Yeah. Like
doesn't make any sense. I don't know. And then like they just leave. Alphonse and Lucy are like, all right, we got to go.
We came in, we pissed him off, and gave him the keys to lock out. We got to go.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So Zoe starts yelling at him again of like, one day and you're already back trying to fuck up my life again.
Like what?
He's like,
she's like, what did you just say?
And then he's like, you are mine. You're like, no, it's the thing he said before.
It's so gross. It's so gross. Oh my God. And then she goes back to work, and he's just flexing on his chains, and he's like building tension a little bit, or they're trying to, and he's just like, rawr, rawr, rawr.
Yeah. And she's like, shut up.
Yeah, nothing's gonna stop me from doing this, so shut up. Like, all right. And then we get into like a mini montage kind of thing, right?
Yep.
Voiceover research and science stuff, and she goes on about blood, yada yada yada, science stuff.
She's like,
none of it's like.
She like she doesn't even say anything smart, and then she's like, otherwise known as Rotter's blood.
Yeah.
It's just blood from the zombies.
And then I love how it was like she kept calling Max patient 150091, and she says that like 5 times in like a short span. I'm like, just say his name once, the patient, and then turn into patient or something. Like,
yeah.
It's so frustrating.
But if it works, this is the answer. You know, yeah. That's the plot. That's what you're doing.
Yeah. And then she has some revelation and she's like, Baka, come on down. I got some news, whatever. And then it's a shot from the trailer where Max is like, ta-da, right behind, like slides. He just slides over. He grabs her by the throat. And then, remember that ammonia she grabbed back in the epidemiology there? Phew, right in his face.
Which he's like, Oh,
Ouchie,
but it
you're
doesn't
on
really do
fire.
anything.
Not really, just kind of burns his face, but enough to get it away. So she escapes,
Yep.
and we're in the hallway. She runs into Baka because he was on his way there, and
Yeah.
someone else. No shit, no headshots. I need him alive.
She's still insisting at this
Yes.
point, after so many people have died because of her. She's like, I need him alive. I
Nope.
have to get the medicine.
So and they come back and Max is gone, and then they sound
Yep.
an alarm.
Yep. So we cut to Lily, who
God.
is the little girl, and she's scared and like leaving her hospital bed. And you're like, I gotta go find my mom. And then we have like a little bit of like a preparation montage thing, like everyone's suiting up to chase down Max, who's
Yeah, doing their thing,
running
right?
around.
And everyone's like,
Yeah,
oh, you got to get to the township or something. Like, get to the
I don't know.
just get
Yeah,
to the cafeteria. And then we get in the
basically.
hallway, and Zoe and Baka run, and she's like, oh
It's like
wait,
that little girl,
the one I've been trying to save this entire goddamn movie.
half the movie, right?
The one that, we lost Frank for. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm a dummy. Lily. Right. Have to go back for it.
Uh,
And I love how like she's like, I'm gonna go back for him, and Baka and like the other crew is like, okay, cool. See you by yourself. Like, what?
yes, yes.
Send
Like,
one
all right, well,
person.
meet us at that other place. See ya.
Yeah. Like, send one other person with her who can handle a gun because she can't.
Yep. Yep. Then we see zombie Lily's mom attacking a soldier who went to go look for her. And then, like, inexplicably, Max shows up and snaps her neck.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, because Lily ran into her
Why?
mom, who's a zombie, and like,
Yes, yes.
I didn't get that either.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I
so
don't-
silly.
Well, yeah, I didn't get that. Maybe because like he didn't want her to like eat the little girl, or her. Yeah, he didn't want the mom to.
I don't think so. I don't.
It's just so strange because he then took Lily, and then he takes Lily hostage. You're like, okay.
Yeah. It's so silly.
And by the way, Lily, that poor girl, like if she survives this,
Oh my gosh.
like
She's so traumatized.
the trauma for like the rest of her life is just
Yeah. There aren't enough psychologists. Yeah.
Not-
Which,
not-
speaking of traumatic things,
yeah.
are you familiar with the uh, parasitoid wasps,
Parasitoid wasps. I am not.
Glyptopanteles?
Wow. No, I haven't been brushing up on my wasps lately. So
Smart. So, what it does is it lays eggs inside a caterpillar,
gross.
and then when the larvae hatch, they feed on the host's body, but avoiding its organs explicitly to make sure that it stays alive.
What?
And so then after they like come out of their eggs, the larvae basically control all of the caterpillar's behavior and make it protect the pupating wasp by spinning a cocoon. Like it makes it do
Yeah.
like a caterpillar life cycle kind of thing. And it fights off predators and like protects the parasites until it just eventually dies. And then they go off and like do their own shit.
Nature, you are messed up.
Nature's scary, dude.
Yeah, nature is scary. Stay in your homes, everyone. Listen to this.
Yeah, one of the kinds of real life zombies that I'm going to be talking about here as we accelerate towards the end.
We're learning things here. That's what we do. We learn things.
right.
So we're in the bunker main area, and the router's on the loose. And it's Max. Miguel is like, everyone go back home.
Mm-hmm.
Miguel's like, don't worry about it. Everyone just go back home. And then he's
Which
like,
is like, what a ridiculous thing to say.
yeah. And then he like turns into like the military bros and everyone else. He's like, kill that
Yeah.
damn thing on the spot.
And then meanwhile, Zoe finds Lily's necklace. That was her necklace that she gave to Lily.
Yeah. Well, there's one thing before he leaves, just like for setting of where everyone is.
Sure.
He's like, Alphonse, Lucy, you watch the people, protect the people, rest of you with me to go hunt.
right.
To go hunting. So stay frosty.
Yeah.
So
Yep. There's a problem in the motor pool. We got to go.
right.
Check out. Yeah. So then Zoe finds the necklace and then goes and like finds some dead bodies. Like
two
there's
more-
just dead bodies everywhere now.
Dead bodies everywhere. Yep.
Yep. And she takes one of the guns, thankfully.
That's a rule number one there. And then we come around the corner and we find that Max has taken Lily hostage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then there's kind of back and forth, and he's like, I want you, whatever. And Zoe's like, you know what? How about this move? I'm going to put the gun to my head, because if I'm dead, then you're not getting me, right?
Yep. Yep.
He's kind of like, whoa. But then he's like, wait a second. I'm going to eat this little girl. And she's like, oh, wait, okay, never mind. My bluff has been bluffed. Yeah. Put the gun down.
Yeah. So she puts the gun down immediately.
and then she'll grab Zoe by the head. So then she drops the girl. Max drops the girl, and then he grabs Zoe by the head and opens the main doors to get all the other zombies in.
Yep.
Yeah, again, Lily is traumatized for life in this one. But then for some reason, Lily runs out the front door, like past all the zombies just outside.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And nobody chases her, thankfully.
No one chases her. And then Miguel and the crew show up, and it's action time. We're just
It's just chaos.
Yeah, we're just blasting zombies, dropping like flies. Military bros get eaten. Stuff is happening. We cut to the family area where everyone's told to go back to their little double wides there, and Alphonse,
he's like, with Alphonse,
he's like, "Hey, what's going on out there?" There's no response, and then zombies show up and they start eating people.
Yep,
because that's what you got to do.
Yep,
total chaos, total action,
and like civilians are dying, zombies are dying. It's a whole thing.
Finally, Lucy gets a neck bite. She's done.
Yep,
right.
She's dead for sure now. And Alphonse has to shoot her in the head.
Yeah.
You hate to see it.
I don't think I'd do that for you, buddy.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
If you were getting eaten by a zombie, I'd shoot you in the head.
I don't know. I kind of want to turn into a zombie.
Yeah, I kind of do too. Yeah. I mean, I kind of do too. So don't shoot me in the head.
Yeah. No, I want to see how it turns out.
Yeah. Let's see how far I can get.
Right.
So then we're back in the main entrance, and
with Miguel, right?
Yeah, with Miguel.
That's when Becca gets bitten.
Yep. Well, so this is when Miguel closes the door, right? He seals it off, locking Zoe and Lily out, and then they argue, and Becca's like, dude, Lily and Zoe are still out there. Let's go get them, whatever. And Miguel's like, dude, do you see what's going on around here? Right?
Yep.
And then they're like having this argument, and then hilariously, the two of them get sideswiped by two separate, like just sacked, like laid out sacked. And I was like, did you guys not see them coming?
And Becca's like, what, are you going to shoot your own brother now? And he's like, yeah, maybe I will. But it doesn't really work out because then in this attack, Miguel gets like opened up.
Oh yeah. There's a guy with like he's got intestines around his neck like sausage links. He's done. So
now, do you remember in the original the Miguel character? There is a character named Miguel. No, they're like his name's Miguel.
Because they did keep the original. some names. But
a little bit.
Yeah.
And I like his ending way better in the original than this, because this is stupid, and he kind of goes out like very anticlimactically. In the original, remember, he's the one who like basically like goes and like suicides out into the pile of zombies and like, tries to blow him up, and it's it's cool. It's way cooler.
Way cooler. Yeah.
Like keep that going.
Yeah.
Why would you change that?
Why would you change that? Keep the cool parts. Like remake the cool parts. Everything else.
Yeah.
So he gets chewed up. Baca gets a couple bites on him, right? So, but he opens the door and he tries to head out. Then we cut outside, and we got Zoe and Lily just running outside. They find each other, and then we cut to like a greenhouse type of area.
Yep,
they're in.
It's a greenhouse, yeah.
And we got Max hunting for Zoe and Lily, and he finds something of Zoe. He starts smelling again. He's like, "Oh yeah." And then he
sees them in the window.
Well, they were. Oh yeah. Well, then he's like still chasing them around, and then like Zoe pops out of the mud dirt pile for the plants with like a machete, like Rambo, and just like
it's a big axe. I think
that was an axe. It looked like a machete of some sort, and just like guts him, right, stabs right in the stomach, right.
Yeah.
and then like his intestines just all drop out. And I was like,
he says, "You're mine again" for some reason,
and she's like, "No, you're mine, motherfucker," and then chops his head off.
Wow, the end of Max.
That's the end of his story.
Yeah. Speaking of the end of some things, are you familiar with Toxoplasma gondii?
I am not. Tell me more.
So it's a protozoan parasite that infects rodents, mostly rats, and alters their behavior. So infected rats lose their fear of cat urine, which apparently is a fear that rats have, which makes sense.
Yeah, okay.
Like
that's cool.
Evolutionarily makes sense. Like, okay, avoid the predators.
Right.
I'm afraid of cat urine.
Yeah.
So the infection makes them lose their fear of cat urine, specifically so that they're more likely to get eaten by cats, which then completes the parasite's life cycle because it can only reproduce inside the cat's intestines.
Wow.
And so they kind of like turned into like zombie rats, like they're being controlled by, the
parasite that's inside them. So they need to get, wow.
Pretty cool, huh?
Nature, you are crazy.
Yeah. You hate to see it.
Oof. All right. Stay away from the rats, folks, and the cats.
Yep.
You never know. I guess the cats are. No, yeah,
Caterpillars. I don't know.
Caterpillars.
Yeah.
You want to get yeah. Oh, okay.
Just stay away from outside.
Yeah, just stay indoors.
Yeah,
We'll take care of you.
that's right. Listen to This Meets That instead.
So Max's head is detached from his body. He's done.
That's right.
Hiding in the mud seems like a really inefficient place to hide, but whatever.
What can you do?
Movie, right? Lily is also hiding in dirt, so they get her out. And then there's like a close-up shot of like Max's eyeball falling out, which I guess mirrors the opening with which makes no sense. But anyways.
Yeah, it's stupid.
So then we're like somewhere in the bunker somewhere. Meanwhile, with Baca, who's just laying down, he's like, "Oh man, this is it. I think I'm done."
Yep.
And he's like
puts a gun to his head.
I read somewhere like someone caught the goof was like the gun was like a BB gun or something like that. Someone like read
nice.
the like it's like a 6mm BB gun or something.
Yeah, it says like prop in bright orange letters on the side of it.
So he's ready to kill himself, and he's like, "This is it. I'm going down." And then, but wait.
So he's like, "Wait."
I kind of really hoped he would like pull the trigger, and just went click. Oh,
yeah.
Or that he actually just killed himself, which would have been
yeah, that would have been, I think, good justice for Zoe, who's responsible for so many deaths,
So
finally
many.
losing someone that she cares about.
Yes. Barely. I care about you
Right.
too, babe. See ya.
Well, that'll change in a second here.
I don't know. So then she shows up and he's like, she's like, it's like, don't do it. And he's like, I can feel it. It's turning me, babe. Turning me to a zombie, babe. I'd die for you, babe. I'm about to die for you, babe. I'm actually about to die for you, babe. And she's like,
no, I can fix this.
Yeah, and I love how we can still hear like the zombie voices in the background, like,
and then she finally says, "I love you.
Yeah,
you have to
like,
trust me."
Do you trust me? I love you. Let's go.
He puts the gun down.
And then we are in the research lab and we get more voiceover. And she's like on about a mass schedule of antivirus stuff. And this will speed up for everyone. And
basically the exposition of wrapping it all up.
And I was like, isn't everyone dead because of you?
Yes, definitely. And she's like somehow weirdly happy that Baca is the test subject. Like she's like, I don't know why. Like it gives me some joy to make it that like my boyfriend is the test subject.
Yeah,
like what if it didn't work?
Yeah. So then we cut to her in the broadcast room and she's doing the radio because the original radio guy is probably dead.
Oh, super dead. Yeah.
But she's like, we have a vaccine to anyone that's listening. Come on up to Bunker Hill, whatever.
Yeah.
Rocky Hill
your
bunker.
Family.
And we're back at the
turn this bunker into the Olive Garden.
And then we get the bunker outside, and Baca's okay, and they're strolling around with their new adopted daughter, Lily, who's going to have very traumatic trauma, PTSD issues. She's
ruined.
She's going to be a very strange girl in the next year or two.
Yep.
Mental health issues. So we should probably keep an eye on that.
Yep.
But they're happy, and she's like, yeah, we're happy that there's hope and love and happiness and that there's still hope.
Yep. There's hope we can be safe.
And then the camera pans up. We get the landscape shot of the valley and
then like a zombie scream.
And then it cuts right to some really shitty metal music.
Yep. The end.
My last note was ha 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 ha.
It is pretty funny. Like it's very 2006 of them to do this in 2017, 18.
Yes. Yeah. Oh man. Okay. That's the end of that.
Yep.
All right.
You trying to fix it?
Yeah, Amelia right here. All right. I'm going to throw this out there.
Okay.
Well, one, we don't need this movie. Don't stop remaking a movie that came out in 1885.
Don't do it a third time.
Don't do it a third time. Don't do it the first time and don't do it a third time. So my thought here, though, I'm going in like runtime is good. An hour and 28 minutes, 30 minutes. That's all we need, right?
Yep.
One, go all in on the cheese. Like,
yes.
I would lean into like, I would actually do like the whole, like make it feel like a movie from the 80s, kind of like low budget, but you have a little bit of a budget to work with. Like shoot it on film, make it kind of feel like that vibe, have like that electronic, like creepy kind of music, like lean into like that cheesiness, but you can still make like a pretty scary movie, like doing like the Tarantino and what's his face when they did the Planet Terror and those like lean in.
Even from Dusk Till Dawn, like
like do like lean into it.
Silly. Yeah. Make it silly.
It's silly, but you can still make it silly, but fun and also a little scary. Like,
yep.
This just felt like they're actually trying to make a good movie and it wasn't, or they were trying to make a scary movie and it wasn't.
incredibly unsuccessful. Yeah.
Get rid of the rape sexual assaults angle.
Yeah.
That
Didn't add anything to the story.
it added nothing to it. It is such a tropey. It's a garbage way to like try and like give
Yeah.
your female character like some
If you're
type
gonna
of agency or a motivation. It's like, but
Right.
there was no motivation tied to it because it was just like the motivation was getting his blood to like.
If you're gonna remake the original, make it like the original and like make her like a mad scientist who's doing experiments on what like
Yeah, like
make her like kind of a villain that you root for a little bit.
yeah,
But like
lean
I don't
into
know.
the mad scientist thing. Yeah, definitely, and have like that
Yeah.
conflict. I would also lean into more of like, this is gonna be crazy. I know it's a movie about zombies, but why don't you make it less about the zombies and kind of like I think the 85 one, where like make it more about like the tension and the craziness that people are going through by being trapped inside of a bunker and like
Yeah, the human element for sure.
yeah, like lean into
5
that.
years.
Like make the like let's get into Miguel's brain there a little bit more. Like watch him like starting to crack, and he's supposed to be the leader, and he's got the gun. And it's like lean into that of like people just kind of losing their brains of being trapped in here, and like that.
So underdeveloped.
And then have the zombies just be like this outside threat, where it's humanity is actually more scarier than the zombies type of thing. Like play up that. I think that'd be cooler.
Way cooler.
Way cooler. What else?
Hire better writers.
$8 million. $8 million.
Yeah. Get like somebody who can put together a coherent story and lines that sound like somebody would say them.
Yeah, dialogue. When you read it out loud, be like, does this make sense?
Yeah. Get a better actor or two.
Yeah. Unless you lean in on the cheese, and it's okay, I think, to have like the kind of bad acting vibe, but not when you're actually trying to make like a movie that's like.
We've
scary.
seen good actors in movies that cost less than $10 million for sure.
Oh, yeah. $8 million.
It's possible.
How is it $8 million? That's so much money for this movie.
So many millions. I would never have to work a day in my life after that if you handed me $8 million.
Never.
I'd live forever on $8 million.
I'd give away half of it and still be fine. Like,
yeah, totally. Yeah, I'll split it with you.
yeah. I mean, maybe after the yacht and the really nice houses and stuff across the world, I'd buy. But
You can't have a yacht with $8 million. It's not yacht money.
small yacht.
Yeah, that's like a maintenance cost on a yacht every year.
Buying like a dinghy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think that's okay.
I don't know. I think you cover most of it. No, there's so many things you can do to make this better.
Yeah, so many things.
Just do a shot for shot remake.
Yeah, actually, right? Like, actually, just do a shot for shot remake.
Yeah, with 2016 technology, like special effects, like that could be good.
Yeah, don't need
just do that.
Yeah, just do that.
The makeup department was good. They did a good job. Like,
yeah, I actually thought the zombies were pretty good.
Yeah, I thought so too. It could have been good.
It's not.
Right. Don't watch it. Listen to this instead.
Or watch the original 1985 George A. Romero.
Totally. Yeah. Yeah, don't watch the other remake either, because I feel like this is also one of the rare ones where there are very few movies that have been remade twice.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's even fewer movies that have been remade twice, and both have Rotten Tomato scores that are like 10%.
Yeah, I think the other one's got a 13 or 11%, and this has got
also pathetic. Yeah.
We're not doing that one.
No.
Well, maybe 5 years from now, we'll remake this episode by doing that one.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Right. Also, a title, Bloodline, it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Yeah, just keep it Day of the Dead. Whatever.
Yep. Again.
Easy enough.
Day of the Dead again.
Like Cabin Fever. If you're gonna do a Cabin Fever remake, just call it the same thing. Cabin Fever.
Yeah. It's almost dawn. I don't know.
Yeah. Don't confuse people.
No. That's some sequel.
Yeah. But I think we should wrap it up, probably.
Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Let's seal this bunker up then. So that's it. That's our breakdown. Thanks for listening. Back next week with a new movie and trailer trash. In the meantime, you follow us on Instagram. It's This Meets That. Subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and set us auto download. And if you like the show, tell a friend.
Or tell a stranger with a review on a place that lets you do that, like Apple or Spotify. Maybe 5 stars, maybe a little comment. Or if you're feeling old-fashioned, you can send us an email, long-form feedback. We love it. It's justmeetsthat@gmail.com. We'll read it in the trailer trash like we always do. Or just go to the website. If you forgot everything that the two of us just said, good news. There's another place that has all that information. And it's thismeetsthat.com. Information about Russ's book Host. You can buy wherever you buy books. Get our merch. listen to old episodes. Like, just go explore the ITMT verse.
Do it.
It's thismeetsthat.com.